Hello. Welcome to Audiotree Live. It is January 8th, 2025, and I'm your host, FINGY. Before we get into today's session, I do urge you to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Stay in the loop with all the amazing music we got going down in this studio. With that being said, we're on all streaming services, so Spotify, Apple Music, you name it, we are there. Tap in. Without further ado, I'm so stoked to introduce Chicago's hometown heroes, Neptune's Core. Take it away.
I wanted something so bad. By God, I forgot what I had. To ever live the thing
Hey guys, this has always perplexed us here at Audiotree. Over 88% of you that watch our show are not subscribed to our channel. Kind of wild, right? So, could you please do us a favor? If you like this show and you like discovering new music and you wish to support us, the free and simple way to do that is to subscribe to our YouTube channel. And our commitment to you, if you do that, our team will continue to book the best bands we can, listen to your feedback, and book who you want to hear on this show, continuing to capture and share astounding music to you all. Thank you. That's what I'm freaking talking about. Hell yeah. How'd that feel? Great. Decent? Hell yeah. Thank y'all so much for being here. Oh my gosh. Of course. Y'all are so glued, so cohesive, but I'm not surprised. I know this has been a band for a minute now. And it was interesting because when I was, doing my little deep dive, I was made aware you've played many shows. You did TNK Festival, you played the Bottle, you played Shivas. You did a lot pre-existing what's currently available on streaming.
Yeah.
Yes.
So was there like a rebrand? What went down?
Hell yeah. There was a rebrand. Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to think when it was. Like, when was that, like, pivotal point?
I feel like
on South by Southwest. Yeah.
We did South by Southwest last year, and then we followed that with an East Coast tour.
Yeah.
And that was March, and that was, like, just kind of when we realized, like, we are in this. Like, this is what brings us joy. It kind of fuels us. And we just kind of got the tightest we've ever gotten before because we had to really prep for that, and we were playing show on show. And it just felt, we kind of just found our rhythm.
Yeah, and I think right before that, with all of our practicing, like, we were doing all of these, like, jam sessions and playing together, so we also kind of started to shift even the way that we were writing songs, which kind of helped us think differently about the way we work together and the way we perform, and it all felt like a lot more collaborative and collective, and as we've grown as musicians and people, obviously, like, our image and our brand, I guess, has grown and evolved with us, especially over such a short period of time, which I think is really cool. And then South by Southwest and the East Coast tour really kicked that into gear for us.
And even predating that a little bit, at the end of 2022, when it was bringing in 2023, we opened up for Dead at one of their New Year's Eve specials, and I think that was a big moment for us because it was kind of like, before that show, we were like, okay, this is just something that we do for fun, but then we kind of realized, hey, this could take us places, and we want to work really hard because Dead is one of our favorite bands, and like, we've loved watching them grow, and they're a big inspiration for us too. So I feel like that show, that was the first time that we really practiced our asses really hard to play our best.
Yeah, no, and I appreciate, y'all being able to come together and re-recognize yourself and reform yourself. I stumbled across the album that had y'all at like the Humboldt Park swans and I was like, who are they? I want to know, who are those people back in that day? Where do you think you've come from since you were there?
I think at that point we're obviously still playing music for fun. It's what we're all passionate about. It's what we all live for. But I think at that point we didn't think of it as something that we wanted to take to the next level. And our writing, kind of as Caitlin was saying, has evolved now. So at that point, I feel like Sophie was bringing songs to us, and we were sort of adding parts to it instead of writing all together. So I think at that point, our songwriting process was different, so that sort of produced different songs. And now I feel like we have a real current version of ourselves up everywhere, and that's really exciting. So now I feel like we have a new sense of self as a band and working together, and yeah, it's all very exciting.
And what's the balance between the invigoration of feeling as though you're authentically presenting yourself versus the potential fear of like, oh my gosh, like I'm on the line right now, I'm putting everything on the table?
All of our stuff is emotionally vulnerable, but I feel like since we're so close, like this is like a family, anytime I start to kind of feel like I'm on the ledge, I kind of just look at them and they keep me grounded, personally. I don't know, it's just it's become such a team. I know some people I used to just bring songs to them fully written, but now it's like I just leave it up in the air and I'm like, guys, do your magic, and they always do the coolest thing.
Yeah.
It's like a trust fall.
Yeah, man.
Cute. And you're caught every damn time.
Yes,
I love that. Yeah. And you're saying, like, you mentioned Dead, and a lot of your collaborations and inspirations are like so Chicago core, Girl K, La 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 La,
Yeah,
Smut,
totally.
Phenom, you know. But I was wondering, beyond the Chicago hemisphere, who are some internationally recognized artists that you feel are really driving your sound forward?
Heinz, for sure. We love Heinz. They're from Spain, and we connected with them. I got on stage and played with them at their Empty Bottle show a couple years back, but then we reconnected at South by Southwest last year, which was amazing because we even got to share the stage with them a couple times and just talk to them. And they're, like, I've been a fan of their music just all growing up ever since my dad introduced me to them, but I don't know, being able to talk to them about music is amazing, and I feel like you can hear their sound evolve, and they're, like, a female four-piece who plays alternative rock music, and just, like, every show is like a party for them, and that's just, I don't know, I feel like we share a lot of the same morals and energy when it comes to music, so it's, yeah, they're amazing to look up to.
Yeah.
Shout out Heinz. Okay, sick.
Yeah, we love Heinz. I mean, I'd say another inspiration is Cocteau Twins comes to mind. Just the way that they speak with melody. I think in terms of songwriting, my favorite part of it is just writing the melody that's so compelling and just says it all. Lyrics are always the last step. I think melody is really the way I speak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Okay, well, maybe we'll get a couple more speaking time in, and then we'll go back to chopping it up.
Totally.
Yeah.
Sick.
I
gosh. Okay. To continue to go about what you're saying about being very melody driven. On top of what you were already saying, Caitlin, you're fucking going crazy back there.
Thank you.
I'm also aware that you're trained in like jazz and Latin percussion, and I read that you're saying that you focus not only on shaping your sequences through rhythm but also melody, which I find very interesting. I'd love to know more about that, and I'd also love to know more about the balance between shaping these sonics versus storytelling and what we're trying to prioritize.
Yeah, totally. So I like started drumming when I was like 13, really like getting into it. And then in high school, I started getting into jazz, and specifically one of my teachers and mentors, Ernie Adams, like he helped me with like my coordination, obviously getting my speed up. But I think the most important thing that I learned from all of that was how to hear drums within a piece of music. And as I started listening to more like jazz and all these other different types of music, I realized that like the drums sit in the music and the melodies, and the accents are accenting where like certain like horn parts are going, and it totally matches up with the bass. And I kind of try to use that idea and that mentality when I'm playing with Sophie's crazy vocal parts, and her dynamics are so strong, and I really want to be there to help build that and support it as much as I can, because I think it drives the emotion and power. And then if like Jackie's doing like a cool riffy guitar part, she's always playing some funky stuff over there. I try to like accent that with the snare a little bit, like throw in some like extra hi-hat flourishes just to kind of like bring everything else out and support the rest of the band, in addition to like holding down the rhythm and the groove. But it's really nice working with Hannah, such a strong bass player, because she can like hold down a tempo and a groove herself too. But honestly, we don't really worry about tempo too much, because so much of the songs are so emotionally driven and so powerful that we kind of let the emotion take that and just try to focus on being tight together wherever we're moving.
Yeah, and an interesting thing is, even though we play like alternative rock music, obviously, as Caitlin said, she's trained in jazz, but the rest of the three of us, me, Sophie, and Hannah, we're all classically trained. So I feel like that gave us a very good basis of understanding like how different melodies or rhythms work with each other, sort of on like a technological level, and it kind of is like a different language to communicate with, I guess. And so I think that's how we're able to keep a lot of the instrumentation of it tight. And then I feel Sophie can just go fucking crazy on the vocals, because
This is true.
we're holding it down,
Yeah, I think I don't know. I feel like it's a careful balancing act when it comes to like writing and then executing it. But we always manage to give the right amount to make the whole puzzle. I don't know. Caitlin's just so great at complementing the part that I provide, and Hannah completely just like weaves it all together. And then Jackie also complements my part perfectly too. I think it's just there's also like some sort of telepathy that comes into it when we write songs, and it's one of my favorite parts of being a band. Just writing the songs, we all just get in this like wavelength, and we're just like for hours we'll do it, and we'll like snap out of it and be like, shit,
Yeah.
we have a new one, and it gets better and better.
Yeah.
We
which
were
is
in
so
the studio
sweet.
the other day, actually, and we
yeah.
ended up basically writing 5 or 6 songs just like out of thin air over like 2 days.
It was like
or so.
2 11-hour sessions or something.
Yeah.
Where we were just in
writing.
a studio, like, did not see the light of day, but you would never know because we were just having the best time in there.
Yeah, seriously, it was like heaven. It was just like, it was so great to be writing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's cool that you mention like this almost telepathic communication y'all share, and the fact that you zone in and then you come to your consciousness and you realize like, okay, I'm already 6 tracks deep. How is that process of understanding and utilizing yourself as a vessel for creative input compared to maybe being, trained or in school and almost having to consciously and mindfully produce things? Do you have a preference?
I think I prefer just like doing it organically because I feel like it's coming from the heart more, and that like sure, like when you get like all technical and stuff, it may like technically sound better, but I think in the end it's like where the emotion is and like what it's stemming from, and I think that's why I prefer when we write things that are both organic but also like complex in their own ways.
I totally agree.
Ditto.
Yeah, I mean, like, somewhere in the middle. I think we always love to be emotional and just let it flow, but also having been, trained in the past, we can do that with built-in complexity. So it really works out, but
Yeah, we'll like listen back and talk about it and be like, ooh, we should expand on this idea, or be like, oh, that one sucked, never doing that again.
Yeah.
And try to stay true to what we like originally recorded and created, but then kind of fleshing it out to make this big like piece that moves through all the different parts that we jammed on. We can play a song maybe just together that's like for 30 or 40 minutes, and then we whittle it all down to this 4-piece like song, I guess.
That's so sick. And with these sessions going down, rumor has it we're recording a new project, Trigger Studios, and I was wondering what are some similarities and differences we can expect from this new project versus previous?
oh my God.
Wow.
Similarity, strong harmonies, Sophie and
Yeah.
Jackie
Yes.
and Hannah too, coming hot.
Yeah, Caitlin even too, right? Aren't you singing a tiny bit?
Out of one song.
Yeah.
Let's go.
I'm just smiling thinking about it. I mean, we just put our heart and souls into these next songs.
Yeah.
I'm so excited. I think it's going to be different, but still us, but definitely different, more complex, more emotional, just kind of more of everything.
Yeah.
That's kind of the goal. Yeah.
And I feel like we're also trying to like explore different genres, I guess, instead of just like focusing on one. We have like our overall like umbrella term, alternative rock, but I think we've really been focusing on incorporating different styles of music into our playing, and you can see that with these new recordings.
Yeah, I mean, y'all were in 3/4 for a second. I'm like, I don't hear that in a lot of rock. Sick. Well, I'm personally stoked. People at home should be stoked. Yeah. You sure we run one more before I close this out?
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Heck yes.
Don't try to see me. You ought to leave me. How can I make it clear? You ought to disappear. Don't come and find me. The past is behind me. Why should I look at you when I don't want to?
my God. Y'all have it. Y'all know that, right? Y'all know that, right? Once, and I hope it's now, but if it's not, that's okay. Once y'all know that, it's over. Seriously.
Thank you.
Incredible, legendary. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you guys for having us. What the heck?
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you to our crew for capturing this and getting this done. Can't do it without you. And thank you for watching. By the time you are watching this, it's on all streaming services. So Spotify, Apple Music, you name it, they're there. Listen again and again and again, because I know I will be. My name is Fingy. Thank you so much for watching, and we will catch you next time. Peace.
Cheers.
Thank you.
All right, so you guys want to do it for real now?